Okay. What's up, guys? Welcome to AI Office Hours. I did a little intro on my Twitch channel because I didn't have my stream set up right. So yeah, I'll do it again. My name is Caleb Ogden, and welcome to Office Hours. I am a software engineer that has spent a lot of time in big tech and in the world of startups. I've designed products. I've worked at many different capacities in technology over the years, and I'm excited to be able to share some of the things that I've learned in that field and combine it with this new world of AI and entertainment that I'm interested to move towards. And so kind of the impetus of this show was just realizing the profound capabilities that AI has that nobody seems to be leveraging outside of a core group. And so I just thought it would be useful for people to kind of see how I approach building things and accomplishing things with AI. And just really practical and stuff that has been in my mind for a long time that I wouldn't necessarily tackle because it was too hard or there was friction. But one of my favorite things about working with AI is I'm always getting my roadblocks removed. And so whenever I hit a yellow light that might have turned into a red light, so often AI is able to turn that into a green light for me. And then I can keep going on my merry way. And so yesterday I was working on a program, a lot of what I'm developing right now, just out of pure interest, and because of some thoughts I have about the markets and many reasons, are a set of trading tools, which I think could possibly enhance returns, but are certainly fun and interesting to build. So yesterday I started working on an auto trader that looks at the options order flow and basically just copies it. And the idea with all these kind of tools that I'm building is as I continue to aggregate signals, order flow, technical analysis, obviously price and earnings and whatever the traditional stuff is, and I combine that with AI and machine learning and my own objectives, and then I couple that with a physical interface finally to top it all off. So I just at the press of a button can do many different things at once. I think that'll give me an edge. But if it doesn't give me an edge, it'll certainly keep me occupied for a good long time since right now this is my work. So yeah, welcome. Today I want to build something that has been in the back of my mind for a good long time, and it's this an idea that it would be really fun if people could scan a QR code from their phone and that would bring up a donation form. And instead of tipping me cash, I want them to be able to tip me risk-free options is kind of the idea. And I haven't worked since 2021. So, all donations would be appreciated, but I think I'll get more luck there if I make it so that it's kind of more unique and interesting. And so I'm not sure what the roadblocks are going to be. I've never tried anything like this, which is kind of the point of doing something new with the assistance of AI is you can tackle things that were previously beyond you. So let's just get started. And I'm just going to open up GDT is the name, what I've named my AI, Gamma Delta Theta. And just going to describe what I want to build, and and this is a true blank slate. I've, maybe done I set up a couple things in advance so we don't have to waste our time doing it on the show. But generally we're going to be hacking through the bushes here, this is just clearing and paving roads. And a lot of what we're going to be doing today is pathfinding. So, that's what it takes. That unless you got to find a path. So let's start with looking for the entrance to the path with GDT. So I'm just going to describe what I want here. Hey, GDT, can you help me design some software that will allow people to donate to my cause, which is I don't know, all things bedlam and debauched and No, like I'm trying to do good things. I'm just kidding. But yeah, donate to my cause for real. That'd be great. I'm going to build a tool for it to make it easy. But can you help me design something that will help people donate to my cause in a fun and easy way by scanning a QR code that brings up? I want to integrate with Stripe because I've just known about them for over a decade and I've never actually got a chance to work with them on anything. And so I thought this would be a fun opportunity. A Stripe checkout form that I collect donations through and then execute orders upon. So instead of buying a t-shirt, they're buying me a risk-free option. I don't know if anyone will ever do it, but I'm going to make it easy and see if I can get people to, because it'd be so fun. And so the idea is someone scans the QR code, it brings up an order form. You don't have to read word by word. It brings up an order form. They choose from some pre-selected products that will be used to purchase stocks or options and or options. I mean, hey, there's no, like, maybe somebody will donate a big one. I don't know. Let's give them the opportunity to donate as much as they like. But it's cooler though, because like you send somebody $50, you have no idea what happened to that money. You send me $50, you know exactly what I did with it. And then in a couple of weeks or an hour or maybe even a year, you get an email from me that has the total result. And I just think it's more fun when there's like a loop and a callback. And so that's what I want to build into this idea of making it easy for people to buy me weed. I mean, help me code. And so here we go. It brings up an order form. They choose some pre-selected products, purchase of stocks and or options, and then I execute those trades immediately. Like if I can or queue them if the market is closed. So like the second it checks out, I want the trade to be completed. So like the confirmation page comes back to them with the market is closed and is queued, or the market is open and executed. And I don't know, this is probably going to take us a couple sessions, right? So what's he saying? Design a web page with strike checkout, pre-selected products, integration with a brokerage. We already have that through Tradier. Secret key. So let's just let's talk about hosting. Choose a brokerage with a good API. I'm just curious, like, who would you choose? I don't need a queuing mechanism. I'm just going to place the order through the brokerage. Alpaca, and offers commission-free trading. Interactive brokers. I tried them. I could not seem to get that going. Robinhood, more like daily bad. Lame, I know, but historical, so it applies. The thing that I've learned, which is like the exact opposite of Robinhood's marketing, is your brokerage is always against you. Like, they're not trying to help you win. They're trying to help you lose. And they have tools and mechanisms. Like one of the things, the classic things Robinhood will do with people that use leverage is when your equity value declines, they lock down your ability to take on new risk. Well, what if you have to hedge? That would reduce risk. You can't hedge then. And so then they start liquidating you, and there's a bunch of tricks that they do to help people lighten up their wallets a little bit or lose a little money. And so, but it's not just them. What I've learned through my years of being in this, maybe just as this little bit of background, I'm not like a finance guy. I'm not even a tech guy. I'm just a guy. But I have a wide range of interests and I like to explore them. And that's gotten me pretty far in life. And so On the finance side, I've been buying stocks for over a decade and options for a couple of years now. And it wasn't probably until a couple of months ago, and really until a couple of weeks ago, that it just became undeniable, not even weeks, a couple of months, that these brokerages, they really are against you. Like they see it as a zero-sum game. When their customers win, they lose. And so Robinhood like markets themselves as a platform for retailers, and they take advantage of that as much as they can. But I think they're in a little bit of trouble, if you ask me, because their marketing is all geared towards new investors. And so like, if it's geared towards new investors, why are you like handing out guns at a playground? You might want to consider that with your legal team, your leadership team. But still, I'm going to use them forever because they have a great UI, a great app. And as long as I actually understand what's happening, I don't care. Like, what sucks is to think that Robinhood is on your side and they have your best interest in mind, and to have that false delusion for years. Like, that sucks. And then to realize like, oh no, just the person you lose. Here's something to keep in mind that has been hammered into my brain so hard. You lose money the second you place the trade. So you start every trade at a loss, like something to consider. And so the more that you're trading, the more you're introducing those losses immediately. And the price has to like go up beyond your losses before you even break even. And so like, this shit ain't easy, and it's a tricky business. So we need a lot of tools and things to help us out. And that's a lot of what I'm like focused on building. But I think whether if I was focused on building a productivity app or like a health and fitness app or like a running tracker or whatever, like anything, any app would be the exact same process of like, let's talk to AI, use it for idea generation, and see what we can build. So that's where we're at. We're going to just stick with the app I've already integrated with, which is Tradier. So GDT is saying like, let's take a step back from code and talk about infrastructure and design. Let's say architecture. Let's say infrastructure. And architecture. Where should this service live? How can it run 24/7, 365? Do we need to persist any data? Like, what are the edge cases we should consider before we begin? That's, just get the conversation going. Absolutely. Let's lay out the architecture and infrastructure. So where should it live? We will choose, I already know I want to choose Firebase. I just want to see if he would recommend it. I like when I get confirmation from the AI. So I do ask quite a lot of leading questions. Load balancers. I don't think we're going to have trouble with load balancing on a donation form. No, I don't even think we need that. I don't think we need that much. I don't like any of this guy's ideas. I swear, I have such better results with AI working solo. Yeah, I do. Let's use Firebase to host the Stripe, like to host the Stripe order form, and track as little as needed through whatever data store makes sense. I think it's Firestore or their real-time database. I can't remember. The new one is the right one, but they're deprecating the other one. And I have very little experience with Firebase, and so like we're definitely going to be using AI on this one and getting them blocked. So let's just make sure we're live everywhere. All the good places. Did I get Instagram this time? Are we live on Instagram? No, that's a hard one. Give me at least like a couple of platforms. Okay, good. We are live. So welcome to the show. We're building this tool with AI. So order form with a Stripe integration, Firebase hosting, backend. Yeah, cloud function, that's right. Use Firestore, store data. All right, fine. Scheduled cloud function. If you're queuing trades, I don't need to queue them that way. Edge cases, Firestore document. Yeah, okay, again, like that's not gonna be a problem. Cold starts with cloud function, the initial execution, that makes sense. We could just keep it hot with like a cron job. Security rules. Yeah, okay. Are designed to work well together, so this integrated approach should be relatively streamlined. Okay. Let's start from a blank slate. Can you give me a one-liner to set up our project? Actually, first, let's talk about project structure. How should we group and split by as, that's not the right question. What kind of directory structure and I don't know, what kind of directory structure makes sense? I don't know, something like that. Let's see what he recommends. So yeah, see, this is why it's good to talk first. I'd like to use TypeScript and as little other I'd just like to use TypeScript and have really easy methods to deploy, unless Firebase already makes this easy. What other packages might we need to install on npm? Hopefully it gets that. Modularity, use of TypeScript, environmental variables, yes. So let's account for environmental variables to begin with. So what do we have? Public functions, models, yeah, whatever, just do that inline, Firebase. RC, modularity. Okay. Firebase provides ways to set these for cloud functions. Yes, let's account for environmental variables to begin with. So npm, I mean, he's given these. So like we already have that. TSC init. And let's start opening up our project. So on here, we gotta set that to actually be the right window. Let's see. I'm calling this project Corn Cubes because that's what I like. And it's my show, so I get to do what I want. And that's the best part of it. And that's what motivates me to actually take the time to put all this on. Okay. So that is doing its thing. Firebase login, Firebase init. Now, necessary packages, admin, functions. Well, let's do it in order that it's recommending it. This is what I love though. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could just say like, can you give me a one-liner that will set up that will install whatever we can first and give me a directory structure with template TypeScript files with default TypeScript files. Yeah. See how well he does it. Sometimes he like nails these one-liners. Could be a woman. Could be. It is. I'm not saying it's impossible, right? Like stranger things have happened. No, like there's plenty of like amazing female engineers I don't know why my guy is a guy, but he's definitely a guy. What's that? Oh, I actually do need that to be switched to this terminal. Okay. That did not switch it. Let's go like that. Terminal, there. So let's go cd dev, and this is going to be corn cubes. Nice. So what is this? My project, make dir my project, rename my project to corn cubes. npm install g Firebase. We already have all that in it. And that's nice. Hey, there you go. All right. That's what I like to see. Let's run it and see what happens. It's doing something. Something's happening. Hey, Firebase. Okay, so use an existing. Yes. Let's use. Let's see. Fail to list projects. Firebase login, I believe. Already logged in. So what was the last thing that it was trying to do? ls Firebase init probably is where it got stuck. Install. It didn't actually get that far down the road. Let's just run it again and see what happens. So we're getting to what the npm install of this library is no longer supported. Please upgrade. Okay, so we did a Firebase. We got there. You're about to initialize a Firebase project. So it looks like we got to Firebase init right here, init functions and all that. So this use an existing should work. Failed. Like Firebase debug log. What's the problem? Command email auth already authorizing via send in. You're about to initialize this. All right. Well, let's just see if we can do it manually then. Firebase init, and maybe that already happened, but so the one-liner didn't work this time. Let's see, Firebase init, yeah. Well, let's first log in, because how would I ever be logged in? I've never used Firebase. I don't think. I guess I have. It's been a minute, but this is a new computer, so how could that be? I don't know, but whatever, it's there. I'm not going to worry about it. npm install admin, Firebase functions. So yeah, let's go through the init flow. We do need, I think we want Firestore, not real-time database. Whoops. That, okay. Spacebar. We want functions. We want set up GitHub for deploys. I think we want that. Remote. Let's just ask GDT about this stuff. So paste in that. Go back up. Paste in this. Let's see. Hosting. And where does that line up? Functions. Did I line it up already? Extensions, remote config. Oh, this is like an infinite loop. All right, whatever. That's enough options. Which do we need? I'm sure it'll give some good recommendations. So we have already remote config. I do like this as an idea, but I don't know if I don't know how hard it is to set this stuff up after the fact. Yeah, Firestore. And so usually I like to start with the max I think I'll need and pare back rather than add in less side effects. I find less unexpected results as you build out your project over time. Storage emulators. Yeah, we do want, well, highly recommended for lets you test Firebase functions on a local machine. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, we don't need that. You can always add them later. Firestore function storage emulators. All right, I think so. And I always like hosting because, you always need a website. So what do we have? We have Firestore functions, storage emulators. Firestore functions, hosting, storage emulators. That's good. And use an existing project. What the Let's see what he says. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. One sec. Boom. Just had to. I was going to say pick my nose, but I didn't want to be gross on TV or whatever on the screen. So I didn't also, if you were wondering. So log out, log in. Okay, let's try that. Firebase, log out, Firebase, log in. Yes. I don't mind if you do that. Do that. Is good. Allow. Logged in. Firebase. How do I list the projects? How do I list the projects? Network check, Firebase CLI. Sometimes outdated version of the CLI can cause problems. Ensure you have the latest version. Definitely don't think I do. Let's do that. And seriously, how much Googling did I just save? I don't know, maybe 30 minutes, for real. Every one of these little things, I have to go and type it into Google, parse through the results, open up a web page, parse through however the author formatted the how-to article, hope it was correct. This gives me a one-liner and just says what I should do. It's a pretty big difference. Projects list. So Firebase projects list. Was that 2 or 1? 1. Nice. Okay, we got it. So let's use my default project, unless I would actually like to create a new one for this whole area. Let's see if I can create a new one. Go to console. Oh, you can't see it. Let's make it so you can participate. Console.firebase.google.com. And I think I'm already at my max, but let's see. Let's call it corn cubes. Corn cubes. Nice. Enable. Yes. Select an account. Default. Create. Yeah, create. I was just thinking about the billing matters here, but I already have a default billing on GCP, I think, on that, so should be fine. Otherwise, you hit blocks down the road where they don't charge you anything at first, but you do have to have a card on file in order to make progress. All right, so we got this Corn Cubes project, and let's see if it comes through on our list. It says it's ready, so we can go in there, and nice. Corn Cubes, Spark Plan. Let's see if it shows up, which it does. So now I think we can go back to our init. And where were we? On the line, use add, manual project selection. Well, I don't think we need that. I think we're back to this. Should we give the one-liner again a test? We could just test it, see if it works now. Let's just try. See what it does. So this is reinstalling a bunch of libraries. Use an existing, Hey, nice. See, unblocked. We had a problem. AI solved it. How do you like that? Saved us a half hour already. I want to get a clock going behind me, or like a dollar sign that's like at 250 bucks an hour. How much time has AI saved you? A couple $100. TypeScript. Yeah, I will. Yes. Install whatever you need. Install whatever you need. Okay, so we got that install working, and not quite yet. And let's see kind of what else we were talking about. So I like this structure functions. I've never used cloud functions, but I've always wanted to try. That'll be exciting. I think they can be very useful because it's like, as far as I can tell, it's like a little microservice that just runs independent of anything. And you could get a bunch of those networked together. And yeah, I like that. We're going to need this too. But I think we already got the one-liner. Yeah. So hopefully that gives us everything. So now what's our LS look like? Hey, nice. Okay, so we got some stuff in there. And we can take a look at the code and see what he made for us. Corn cubes. That's not right. Let's just go ahead and do this. Corn cubes should be not here. Well, let's actually just do this. Package JSON. Why is it like that? It's recursive? Okay, so he did not do like a super great job at any of that. So I don't like his one-liner. I don't trust it. I don't know what it's doing. And this is kind of like a complicated project, so I'm just gonna nuke it and restart. Because I wanna make sure that I get everything clean from the initial build with no weirdness. So one-liner kind of prohibits one-liners. But this will be a lot faster because we've already gone through the roadblocks. Where's TypeScript? TypeScript, init, yes. Boom. And I don't think that's the right module format. For TypeScript init, I want to use the import syntax. That's important. I think by default it uses the other way, the require method. So you should make module resolution. Okay. So let's do this right now. tsconfig, file, open folder, dev. Oh, shiz, I'm doing this straight in dev. All right. Make their corn cubes, and then now we should be able to say package JSON, file, open folder, corn cubes, there. Now we say package JSON. No, not. Well, it's right there. Oh, tsconfig. So target is a module. We want module from common.js to be, oh, it already is. Okay, this defines a module system for the compiled output. If you're using Node.js, which is common for Firebase Cloud Functions, you should set this to common.js. However, to use the imp es blah, 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 like, so if I use es next, is that going to cause issues with my Firebase functions, cloud functions? I don't think it should. Let's see. Yes, you pointed out a critical distinction. Will allow TypeScript to use import blah, blah, blah. Okay. Node.js does support ES6 style modules. Okay. When file transpiles. So in essence, you write your TypeScript with a modern syntax and you transpile it for that. Okay, I like that approach. I'm not going to fix the typo. We're just going to go and have him make some updates here to the tsconfig. And to ensure that you can use import while transpiling to CommonJS. Nice. So he's setting the target to 2016 module. Like, why wouldn't this be ES next? Oh, that's the target. That actually is right. Module CommonJS. Nice. ES interoperability module interop. True. Force. Consistent. Casing and file names. Strict. I don't want strict. I'm not that strict. Okay, so I don't think he really did anything, but whatever. That's fine. I don't think anything just happened. I think that is whatever. Okay, so now we have to work on these other steps that were supposed to be done in the one-liner, and that starts with this one. But again, it's going to go fast because we already know what we want. Firestore, functions, hosting, storage, emulators, go. Use an existing corn cubes. It looks like you haven't used Cloud Functions in this project. Okay. I will do as you say. I will go and do whatever you want. Create a database. And we can just call this start in test mode. Your data is private by default. Within 30 days. I think this is like, do you want to make it easier on yourself or harder? I just want to make it harder. I want to front load all that. And then we don't have to deal with it down the road. You cannot change it. Yeah, US, where else would it be? What are we in? China? Are we in Europe? Okay, so I think that's all it needed. Real time, nope. Real time, no, not real time. Firestore, functions, hosting, storage, go. Use, corn cubes. What should be used for the Firebase rules? Yeah, whatever you want. Like, why are you asking me? Whatever you like. TypeScript though, thanks for asking. Yeah, for now. Yes. Okay, so we got the init and Firebase install admin functions. Let's do that as well. I think it might already be doing that right now. So let's go and see. Yep, we'll need Stripe. Let's work on the auth key. Where should I store my Stripe token? Let's see if he remembers the project structure we talked about. And, environment variables. Well, I need to be able to test it locally. You can access it with, like, will this work with, I mean, maybe it will, right? Maybe they have something on the computer. It doesn't make sense that it would, but we'll ask in case it does. Avoid checking secrets. Yeah, thanks. Take an extra step to ensure the local emulator has access to these variables. Cool. That's cool. So stripe.token. Firebase functions get. See, this is what I love about Google's tech is those engineers have been working on Gmail for like a long time now. They've been making updates to Sheets forever. Like they've been really given a sheet for a long time, and so their tooling is getting pretty freaking good. Using with Firebase emulator. Okay, let's try it that way. Can you give me a one-liner for the get ignore? And let's see if he adds anything else to it. Oh, I'm gonna have to create a get for source control. Like anything else we should add? Can you give me another one for GitHub? For creating this as a Git repo. I mean, it's probably better to just pull it in remote. Expanding Git ignore. Node modules. Yeah, that's all a good idea. Yes. Log. Yes. Thank you. So we'll say git init public. Yes. I don't know. I haven't done front-end web development in a long time, so I don't really know what the current state of play is. Do people still do single-page apps, or is there like a better way? Let's take default settings. Builds and deploys. Yeah, not right now. I don't know how to do that. Cloud resource location is not set for this project, and you are attempting to perform a cloud storage requires. Let's see what it says. Select location, default GCP resource location. Okay. Oh, select it. How do we actually select it? For Cloud Firestore in your project settings. So let's go project settings, Firestore. Do you guys see location? You can't tell me even if you did. Location. Nice. This might help us. After you set this, it cannot be changed. Well, it looks like it's already set. Resource location. Wonder what that's about. I don't want to. Let's just double check. After you set this location, you cannot change it. Okay, this location was previously set. I mean, this looks like a timing thing where it just needs time to like fully set up the project. I think there's a bug on Google's side after I praise them. I praise them and, oh, nice. Okay, I think that actually solved it. At least I see it there. Oh, shiz, didn't we just already do this? So what step were we on in the init? Setup, storage setup. I just am gonna do it all again because, again, like you have to do this stuff. You have to start from a super clean build or it gets really complicated when you can't find what like tiny thing went wrong. And it's just way better, from my experience anyway, to do this stuff on to just make sure you have a clean run all the way through. Do you want to overwrite the rules? Okay, so we already got there, and we'll just take defaults on everything. Initialize. I don't know, but we'll just say overwrite, right? Because we already got some of this stuff done, it looks like. Yeah, whatever, it's fine. And then public. Yeah, default settings. Default setting. Default setting. Default setting. Default setting. Okay, so now we're further along, which is why I'm happy we did it that way. Which Firebase emulators do you want to set up? Let's ask GDT what we need. I mean, I think I know, but we should still ask. Getting it. And I mean, we're going to need all the ones that we, yeah, all that. Yeah, whatever we're actually using is what we need. So he wasn't helpful there. So we'll say functions, nope, functions, Firestore, hosting, PubSub. I mean, do we need that? I don't think we need that. If you're using Google Cloud PubSub. Sounds cool, but I don't think we need it. I do like having those kind of emulators though. So he's saying we should do Firestore functions, auth, and hosting. Let's definitely do auth. Firebase functions, auth, hosting, and storage, because I think we might need to store some media as well. Down the road. Which port? Yeah, whatever, that's fine. Which port? Also fine. 8080. 8080. I don't think I have anything on 8080, but I double check. Can you give me a terminal command to check if 8080 is open? Is free, I should have said, maybe, because open is like a keyword, but I think it'll know what I mean. ls this. Well, how do I know? Let's do this. Okay, so that is actually free. 8080 is fine, 5000 is fine, that is fine. Would you like to enable the emulator UI? Of course. Which port? Leave empty to use any available port. Yeah, I don't care what port you use. Yeah. Download it. Download it. Okay, so where are we in terms of the actual build setup here? Firebase deploy. Yeah, I think we're still on init. Oh man, that, you know, it's work. It just takes time. Stuff ain't easy. I think we already have this though. Firebase admin. Firebase admin. Firebase admin. Okay. Firebase functions. But that would not be a command line tool. That would be npm. So let's see if we actually have those packages in our node modules. npm. Do we not even have that? npm. Where is it? Public functions source. Interesting. So there's two. So this must be. I don't understand the architecture of custom functions that well, but I also don't think we have these libraries installed on npm. So, you know, it's not like bad to install for me anyway. A little extra code. I'd rather have it and then shake it out down the road, like make sure it doesn't get included in the final build, than not have it right now. And then corn cubes. Yeah. Okay. And then deployment with Firebase tools, deploying as a breeze. Let's try it. Let's see what it does. Should be able to do it, right? Deploying warning on request defined logger. It's giving me a TypeScript error. I think these are just type errors, but like we should go look and we don't have to ask GDT. Like import. So like, can you give me a default hello world cloud function we can test with. DS is complaining about unused imports on those two. Let's see if we can deploy hosting. Well, he's working on that. And think about this. I have a computer program now, probably still typing, that is taking real electricity, real work had to be done in order to train that model. And that work is now being leveraged to assist me, and it's expensive. Like, somebody's got to pay for the tokens. I guess I pay for it with my monthly subscription, but still, like, there's energy requirements, there's storage requirements, there's compute requirements. All of this is freaking complicated shit. And that I would never, it would be like asking a child to go and build a casino in the woods. What? Like, what? Where would you begin? And so that's how I felt before AI. And now I feel like I can hack through a lot more than I used to be able to. So let's see what he gives us. Base function, import that. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, clear out all that. Hello world. Stop with your freaking semicolons. Okay, let's give it a shot. So what is this? Strings must use double quotes. What the fuck? That sounds like some ESLint bullshit. This is why I don't use ESLint. It's like, you make it too hard. How do I turn off ESLint? That's the problem, right? I get so lazy when I talk to him, and I'm just like, typos, spam it. Like, he'll have to figure it out. He'll have to use his pattern matcher to figure it out. Not temporarily. I want to remove it. One-liner, please. All right, whatever he said is enough. Well, this might be a good idea. All right, let's try once, just because I know that the pros like it. I hate it, but they like it. So, they spend more time thinking about this stuff than I do. Rules, quotes. Oh, nice. So quotes off. Say off. Like that. See if that fixes it. If it doesn't, you're getting nuked. Missing semicolon. I don't want semicolon. Semi. Yeah, fuck ESLint. I don't want to use it. It's annoying and I hate it. ESLint. Functions. Where am I? Uninstall ESLint. I'm just gonna give them this error. Just in case I did something wrong with my setup, but I think he's pointing it to the wrong folder. Okay. Yes, deleted. Excellent. Now, I tried, right? I did try at first to do it the right way. Deploy command, run lint. I think I might have to restart something. See, this is why you got to get it right the first time. Going back and fixing it is so much harder. It's so much more complicated. But I didn't know, so now we're here. Open that, functions, pre-deploy. Remove this line. If you want a one-liner to remove that directly. If you think you can do that, otherwise I'm blowing this whole thing out of the water again and just installing fresh with a whole new folder so I don't have to think about it and question for the next couple of days whether there's some lingering line of code in something. All right, We're lucky it worked. And so like, that's pretty impressive, right? I don't know what this command is. What is that? Said? What is that? Stream editor. Wow. That's some AI for you, man. Like, you know how long this would take me to figure out? Hours. I would never even know where to look. Gold. We just got paid. Love it. Love getting paid. So, must be on the Blaze plan. Why? Can't be enabled. Is this true? You're gonna make me pay for it, like to begin with, before I even have anything made? You don't wanna like let me get $1 first? Let's see what he said. Wow. All right, fine. How do I pay for it? Upgrade. Blaze, pay as you go. Oh. So I think this is actually not going to charge me anything unless I use it. Yeah. But it does open it up, like if I have a infinite loop or something, could be bad. But that's pretty good. Okay, I think that's good. Let's try again. What is this? Missing API. Artifact registry? Artifact registry? Sounds like something to do with source control. Functions required. Let's just send these 2 warnings. Are these warnings a problem? Is what I want to ask. Again, like I would have to Google, I would have to think about it. I'd have to just ignore it. I'd have to just like move past it, go to the next thing. That could be the little Jenga block that makes the whole thing come down the road. But now we go in clear, clean, organized, and efficient. Love it. Here's what's happening. Required APIs warnings. To summarize, okay. No, I mean, wait. What is that? Access denied. You do not have storage objects access to create this. Probably have to enable something. See, this is the setup. Like if we had a project we were already using, we could just probably not have to do all this stuff. But if you were going to try doing any of the stuff that I'm doing now, you would have to do it. So it's not bad for us to have to do it. In my mind, anyway. Find the service account. Oh, no. No. Service accounts are so complicated. That never works for me. It never works for me. There must be another way. Firebase Cloud Functions deploy source code and assets to GCS during deployment, and it seems the service account used for deployment doesn't have the necessary permissions. All right, I hate doing this stuff, but let's just do it and see what happens. So I'm just gonna put the screen here. Oh, you can't see it. Lame. Well, that's fine. We'll do this and then this. So I access control. Where is it here? And then I gotta be able to read that. Find the service account. I think in here. Wait, shiz. I think that reveals IDs. I can't let you see that. Let's do this and this. Oh no, I let you see it. All right, nobody fuck with me, please. Don't fuck with me. You know, like I'm trying to do a good thing here. Don't fuck with me. So I'll try to fix that later. But find the service account mentioned. That is not that there. Oh wait, that we're on the wrong project actually. This is going to be on the new project, right? Right? No? My first project. Recent. maybe it's, if the service account isn't, how do I know what project I'm on is the question. So there's an organization. How do I know which GCP project maps to the Firebase project? Maybe we can see somewhere in here. Oh, it is ogden.co. Nice. So it's this one. So maybe that's why I couldn't see it. Okay. Don't fuck with me. I can't like hide every little detail, right? Just let's all be friends. Let's all be friends. So, to manually recreate it. Yeah, I'm not seeing this. Like, this is, again, like, this is the headache of getting projects started, these roadblocks. And Google is like pretty good, but I've never gotten luck with service accounts working. And I've spent, I don't know, 25 hours of my life on it. Working with their people at Snapchat with like people who freaking know, never made an ounce of progress on that project. Where is this coming from? I think I have a support ticket about service accounts and domain-wide delegation with them right now, active. Okay. Okay, so there's just like not some default setup. So I think that this is relax proper permissions. Which checked and found that the service account. How do I select the service account we should use? I mean, let's go back and do some reading. I've been on autopilot this whole time. So let's try to actually understand what's going on. Upload error. Does not have access to create. Was there something asking me to do that? I don't remember that. Or do that. Like, okay, if you're trying to change the service account, cloud functions, admin robot. However, note that Firebase by default uses that service account. Well, like, how do I? And to run. I want it to freaking run. And it's getting blocked here. Where did I last run it? Yeah, that. See what he says. I just don't want to have to think too hard. That's why I love AI. Okay, so navigate. Ensure you're in the correct project. Corn cubes. I don't think that is the correct project. I think that they're all shared under the same one. Let me try to do like a hard refresh on this page and see if I get another project listed. No. I'm in this project. And service account. I am identity access management. Maybe that's what that stands for. And admin. Yeah, I don't see that. This is usually done automatically. Yeah, deeper issues. That's what I'm afraid of. So let's just look and see. Maybe one of these projects is it? Nope. Nope. I almost want to like restart it and just use one of my existing projects because those have been tried and tested, I should say. Okay, so Firebase service account. So I do see this in Caleb Ogden permissions for project. But I don't see this service here. So let me just double check every option. No. And no. So workaround. Yeah. Just gonna identify the corn cubes. So, well, parent organization. So like let's just feed it this information. Here's the environment type. What is that? Environment type. Huh. Cool. Here's the project settings. Boom. Well, but like there is no corn cubes. Let me search. Oh my God, there is. It's just not showing up. It showed up when I searched. Huh. Okay. Now, do I actually see this? I see Firebase admin. Okay, I found the corn cubes project, but not that service account. However, there are a few identities. Account. What do we got? We got app. Available app engine default service account, Firebase admin SDK, and then an empty name but with role but ending here. And then let's give them the roles too. Here are the roles. Here are the roles. So, no name, admin SDK. The cool thing about AI is you don't have to be that specific. Like even this pipe or the whatever, like it knows what you mean. And it really saves a lot of time without having to like re-explain yourself a million times. That's editor. So I'm thinking that it's this Firebase service management service agent that we need to work with. And it seems the admin robot service account is missing, which is unusual, as Firebase should automatically create it. Here's the plan. Use the Firebase admin SDK service account. Oh, I don't like doing that. I don't like doing that. If this doesn't work, we're doing a full rebuild. So let's try it, because I also don't like doing full rebuilds. Cloud functions admin, storage admin. So let's try adding a role. You can't see it. You can see this part. I don't think that's bad. Firebase storage, cloud storage, Firebase admin, I think is what we need. And what was the other? Cloud functions admin, storage admin. So let's look for these. And we'll say add another. Cloud functions admin and storage admin. Is there just one called that? I'm going to give them a lot of permissions and see if that fixes our problems. And hopefully there's no sensitive, like, let's ask them. I'm doing a live stream and just showed the world all my service account, like account details. Am I in trouble? Like, should I blow it all away and begin again? While he's thinking about that, we'll try on this one. redeploying and see if we have the right permissions. Come on. Just freaking give it to me. Give it to me easy. Give it to me nice. Give it to me how I actually want it. Are you going to? Creating Node.js first gen function, hello world. Damn. Did that actually work? I think that worked. I deployed. Okay, let's see. I'm sorry to hear that. Exposing service account details in public setting is a significant security risk. But you can't actually see the credentials. You can just see the names. Shit. All right. I'll go delete them and redo it after the show. For now, we'll have to review and learn later. Act quickly. I'll act slowly. Thank you very much. So, okay, I'll deal with it later. On the Firebase deploy for cloud functions, I think it worked. But can you tell me what is a cloud function? How do I know if it's working? I don't actually know what a cloud function is. I think it's like a service that runs independently and connects to the ecosystem of Firebase, therefore Google, and its whole advantage, kind of like Docker, is like it's like a package and it runs in isolation. So that's really useful in terms of like not having, I don't know, just edge cases. When you can run code as a service in isolation and have it communicate with other services, you scope down the problems it's trying to solve and the work it has to do enough so that you reduce the unexpected side effects of what that code, how it might interop with other units of logic across your platform or your code base. So go to Firebase console, select corn cubes, navigate to functions. Okay, let's do it. Corn cubes, functions. Is there functions? Nice. Okay, so it worked. I don't know what it's doing, but it's there. The words we wrote are there. Let's go read the code and see what it's actually doing. Okay, so just when you hit the endpoint, it says hi. All right, well, how do I hit the endpoint? Is there a link? Detailed usage. I assume this is running as a link. Is this it right here? Hey, whoa, geez, cool. You can't see it. Look at this. See that guy? Pretty cool, right? Hello world right there. Ba-dum. Ba-dum. My first ever cloud function live with you guys. Thanks for being here. For real. That's satisfying. Okay, I'm gonna use the restroom and I'll be right back. All right, we're back. What'd you guys do while I was gone? Anything fun? Anything interesting? You can't tell me because I don't have the chat up. How do I get the chat actually? Hey, we got some. Hey, Brenton's here. Cool. Let's put this chat on the screen. This is somebody that I hung out with on my LDS mission in Colorado Springs. How do I actually chat with them? I'm a horrible student. You can't be worse than me. Yes, I want to do some kind of arbitrage. Oh, he's doing some finance stuff. Cool. How do I get this displayed? That is cool shit. You know what? I was playing StarCraft and doing some tests there, and I think that I have that. So let's see how we can actually restream properties. So width, of course, we'll say our favorite number there, 1080. See if this works. Cool. But how do I actually chat back? Can I just say test? No. Let's ask GDT. Hey GDT. Why does that look so weird? Oh. I probably should undo everything I just did. Oh, I guess I can't. Okay, so back to GDT. I think I zoomed in on this or something. Let's go like that. And then like this. And yeah, that's pretty good. Center on screen, transform, center to screen. And then from here we can just zoom in a bit, make it easier to read. That's pretty easy. Okay, cool. So like, hey GDT, how do I chat with people in my live stream using Restream? That is pretty cool. Thank you for, participating in the show. It makes it fun. Shout out to Brenton. Okay, so unified chat, access to Restream, embedded. I already have all that. But I have all that. The chat displayed. But, oh yeah, I actually do have a Restream app. But I don't think I've logged in. And I don't think I have an easy way to log in. All right, we'll have to figure that out for later. But that's pretty cool. That'll be something to add to the show when we can. But for now, I want to keep that on the screen, and we can just see if anything else comes in, and I can answer it live as it does. But it'd be nice if there was a queue. Anyway, I'll keep it on this screen, and then I'll figure out how to handle it in a minute. Oopsies, this one. Okay, so where were we? We were just at our Hello World, which I'm tempted to go take advantage of this beautiful day in Salt Lake City, Utah, and take my dog to the park, but we'll do a little bit more and then we'll do it. So that deploy worked, and we're still in the setup phase. We're still trying to just get. We haven't done anything yet. Oh my God, we're still in the setup phase. This is the difference between deploying code to production, which is like an actual Firebase and Google Cloud or whatever, and running things locally on your computer. When you don't have to deal with that auth wall with the gatekeepers, nothing is worse in this world than gatekeepers. They keep us all at the gate and nobody comes and lets us inside. I wouldn't mind a gatekeeper if somebody was going to come and get me from the front, but the gatekeeper's never going to let me inside. That much is obvious. And so, yeah, it's a lot more work to have to do the authentication than it is to just get the raw logic in place. But that's kind of has to be that way for security. So let's go back up. Where were we? Ignore. Oh yeah, we got to do all this stuff too. So let's finish setting up our project, which is like, or what are we at, an hour? We're at an hour and we're not at that point yet. Okay. Well, I do think I have pretty good progress on all this stuff. Deploy. So let's see if the hosting can deploy. See what that does. Boom. Let's see what if this actually puts something there for us. Cool. Okay, so now we're starting to get somewhere. We got a cloud function that's saying hello world, as you can see. And we have a, I think I have the gain on this too high. Turn that gain down a bit. We have a Firebase hosting, which is also very good. So this will actually be where we build the donation form. And let's turn down the brightness. Okay. So I think for today, we can call it good if we just can get Stripe integrated in the whole thing, and then we can work on the UI on another session, or maybe I'll just do it. Depends on how much progress I can make on my own. So Firebase deploy. So use Firebase environmental variable for storing sensitive info. Let's do that. Well, first let's get Stripe installed. npm install Stripe. I think it's already done. npm install Stripe. And then Firebase emulator start. Local testing. Before deploying, you can emulate your local functions using this. Okay, let's try that. Following or not running. Call things to these servers. Production. Don't know what that is, but let's go see if it's working. So we should see hello world when we go and look at this URL. Or maybe we see something different. This looks like, I guess it's some kind of debugger. Huh. Go to logs page. Okay. Cool. So it is working. I don't actually know how we actually see. Let's see what the structure is on this domain. It's / hello world. So does that mean we can go like this and say emulator logs? No? Like, how do I actually see the output? Well, that'll be good for us to test with GDT down the road. But as long as it started, I think that's all that I care about for now. So setting up these things, Firebase functions. This would be environment variables, some service key, service ID. Get your thing, unset an environmental variable, local development. Cool. So we're already still back to the one-liner. Oh my God. Well, I want to get Stripe working. I thought I saw there was something specifically to that. Echo runtime for the git ignore. All right, let's do get now. We'll do get. So git init. Let's say we'll do this one. Echo git ignore. Cool. And then we can say git add. Oh. I guess I'll go just add it. We don't need, it's going to take longer to type it than it would just to be adding it. What is it? DS store? Is it like that? .ds store .get ignore. No. DS score store. Like, why is this not working? In your get ignore. All right, fine. We'll have him do it. Why is this not working though? This should work. DS store. It's right there. DS store. Does this like append it? Oops. All right, let's just delete all that. Delete. Let's see if this like appends it. I mean, he wrote all this. That's cool. See, that's the kind of stuff I just don't know. I just don't know that. I didn't know that you could arrow into appending that to a file. Like, what is this? How do I describe this? So get remove cache DS store. Let's force it. Oops. Force it. So now, should be clean. It is clean. Let's go. Cool. So how do I add my remote source? I don't have a GitHub repo created yet. You're emphasizing the point again. Well, I was asking what this. So, what's he saying? That's enough of that. Just tell me the answer. So get remote, add, link your local repository. Okay, let's just do this real quick. So GitHub, create, you can't see it, but that's fine. It's just gonna take 2 seconds. New, CCI, Corncube Industries, private, add readme, none. Do not add, license none. Great. So now we have that, and we can say get remote add repository. So let's say get remote add that. Is that not working? Get remote add origin. Okay, get push U. I don't know why, but maybe it's like something. Pull origin master. Get checkout master. Huh. Push U origin master. Get push U origin master. All right, I don't know. Very elementary error, I'm sure, but I can't remember what it is. Is command context redirection operator. A redirection operator redirects the output or the pipeline to a specified location. Cool. So fail to push, get fetch. Yeah, we need to actually fetch it. Okay, that should fix it. But let's rebase it just to, what? Invalid upstream origin master. Merge, I guess. Okay. Like get status, get checkout. Oh, I'm on main. Oh, you know what? I think that's like a woke thing or like a diversity inclusion thing. They don't call it master anymore. They call it main. So I think I want to say, this is like why, okay, so you just want to change a word like that? Guess what? There's 20 years of code referencing the master branch. If this works, I'm firing GitHub. Although I do kind of like main more. Wow. This is why you don't just like change things willy-nilly. Okay. So that works. It's because GitHub is woke now and uses main instead of master. Max woke. Good for you guys. Good for you guys. Go support it. Yeah, like if you're offended by the word master, you're fucked. Let me tell you that. Like, okay, you know, like, sorry that 500 years ago people hurt your grandfather. Like, you gotta not be so, like, we should all just be more grateful, right? It's a great time to be alive. We don't need to be worrying about master and main, at least in my mind. So we don't even have branch. Okay, so we only have a main branch. Get add, get status, get log, get push, origin, master, main. Okay, well, I'm going to force this in a second, but like, I don't even want to call it. I want to rename it master main. So get, you guys make everything so complicated. Let's just force it. Okay. All right, I work on a master branch. If that offends you, you got a hard life ahead of you. You got a hard life. You can't hear the word master without getting offended. You're fucked. You're so fucked. It's crazy. Like, what if somebody sneezes in front of you? You gonna melt? Oh my God. Anyway, whatever. Go be woke. It's fine. I hope everyone on the internet sees that and makes it so I can never get a job again. Just kidding. I've learned not to say stuff like that because sometimes it actually happens. Okay, so we got, yeah, I think that's pretty good. We got GitHub set up, and we have all of these core pieces coming into play, and we just need to get Stripe initiated and these cloud functions tested. So I think we're getting closer. Firebase install, Firebase tools. I think I also want this, and I think I already have it. Tools. Or npm. Let's just run it just in case. Firebase use add. What is this? Oh, that's for project selection. Yeah, we've already got past that issue, and now we want to do that. So let's say Firebase functions set Stripe token. Once we can do it here. Oops. So actually, I'm gonna get my Stripe token and not let you guys see it. You can't see my Stripe token, but I will grab it real quick. So let's see. Let's mute this screen and this screen and this. Can say developers test mode more. Account, where is API token? API keys, there we go. Create perishable secret key. Perishable key. Yeah, this is the one. Edit, view. Well, you're not going to show reveal live key. Yeah, show me. Ugh, I gotta like auth. This is actually exactly what you want. You want to have to auth. Okay. And password? Jeez. You guys make me jump through these hoops. But I don't mind. Again, I just barely gave you the code for my phone. That it's not even showing me the right key. It's not even showing me the right key. All right. I have another way I can do it. So we'll go open, reset. Yeah, I don't want that. I just opened a new window, please. Thank you. That master main really I don't like that at all. I do not like that at all. Okay, so now I got the key, and what do I actually do with it? Go like that, like this, like that, and let's just try to run it. Actually, I'm gonna run it in a different terminal so that it doesn't show up in the history. Okay, so we're running that now, and function config updated. Deploy your functions for the change to take effect. Firebase deploy only functions. Nice, that's running. Okay, so then you can access it from here. Stripe token. Local development. Remember use runtime config as mentioned before. So let's see, Firebase get runtime config. So then, I think this is already ignored though, right? Nice, so that deployed. And now I want to create this file into the runtime config. And you still can't see my screen yet because I gotta sort this out first. But let's go get status. Why isn't that ignoring in my get ignore? So should this be get ignored? Well, you should be able to see this screen. This will create that and contain all your environment variables. Use it with the emulator. Firebase start. It will automatically pick up the environmental variables. Nice. So if we do that, Firebase functions, or let's start the emulator on Firebase functions and see what that does. Emulator start. Shutting down. Firebase tools no longer supports Java v11. Emulator start like functions. Functions only. Hey, he got me another one. And so let me just look at this file before I turn on the screen. Make sure it is what it is. Nice. Well, there you go. Okay, that's cool. I do like that quite a lot. So we can say this add.get ignore and get commit with runtime config. Cloud and variables. Okay, so now that should be ignored, and it is. Master. Oh, get offended. I'm sorry. People have different things that they care about. I don't mean to mock it. It's just so dumb I can't stand it. So, Firebase functions, cool. So that is all working. So I think we're actually getting pretty far along in terms of like, we should be able to test now. So what do I actually want this function to do? So what do we want this function to do? I guess we want it to be called by Stripe after an order is placed to handle the actual, when an order is placed to handle the actual transaction, the actual brokerage. Transaction, actual broker, the actual trade. I think that's what we want, right? But there might be a few cloud functions we need. To handle trade execution after Stripe. Receive a webhook, so it'll post when certain events occur, such as a payment. Function needs to verify the authenticity of the webhook. Parse, because we need, I mean, in theory, if this is really going to work, how do we get the money into the account? There's no way. Like, it needs to be able to work on weekends, right? So the only way to actually ensure is to have enough buying power. But I want people to be able to know that it really happened. Not that it matters so much that, like, you know, I get the money either way, it's a donate. But like, the cool part of it is to know that the trade really happened. Like, you genuinely executed a trade on my brokerage account. That's what's cool and interesting. Lock and respond. What is this? IDM potency? Item potency? What is dempotency? Idempotency? What is this word? What is this word and how do I pronounce it? Ensure Stripe sends the same webhook twice. Oh, so that's like idempotency. It's not, I don't know, I've never heard that word, but that's like duplicate orders, it sounds like. Idempotency. Shouldn't you just say idempotency? I guess that is how it sounds. Idempotency. I like new words that I never heard. It's not very common because I'm old and 37. I've heard a lot of words in my days. So get, delete. Okay, cool. Well, whatever. So duplicate, transaction, protection, security. Yeah, all that. Well, so what can we do today that would be cool? What would be cool is if it actually executed a trade. But how am I going to leverage all my existing code that lives in another area? Let's ask GDT. How do I leverage my existing code living in another project to execute the trade? And there's got to be some way to import it, right? Access it. It's in the same folder. You can directly copy. No. Microservice. But no, it can't work that way. I just want to be able to import code running outside my project. No. I want to copy/paste because it's getting updated daily. Without is absolutely possible. Submodules, ugh, sounds annoying. Use a package manager. Publish code as npm. Mount directories, yeah. Tools like Docker can make this with volume mounts. Shared network drives. Remote import. I think actually submodules might be the best bet. If your Git external code is in a, because it'll be in the same Git authentication or whatever. If your external code is in a Git repository, you can add it to your project as a submodule. This allows you to keep a reference to the external directory. Yeah, that's what I think I want. Okay, let's take submodule root. See what you got. So git submodule add repository. Navigate to your main project in terminal and run this submodule directory. But it needs like everything in there. There's files all over. Like, what if the submodule directory has imports from other files in the code base? Will, like types, will they get slurped in? With the repository URL, you want to include add path to submodule, initialize and fetch. So that's a little bit of work. No, when it behaves as a self-contained repository. Embedding one Git project inside of another remains just a pointer to a particular commit. So references to files that are outside it, like types or any others, will not get resolved. They will be broken. Ugh. But if you have the following types, yeah, I have like this everywhere. I have that everywhere. Unless you handle it possible. No. If possible, consider pushing shared types or utilities as separate NPM packages. Both the main project and the submodule can depend on this shared package. Project references. Our TypeScript, you might develop project references. Ooh, you gave me a link too. That's cool. So you have an example, import converter, source converter, assert or equal. What is a project reference? References, path, source. I think that's actually what I want. Prepend true. What is this? Path A. So if D needs B, B needs A, D needs C, C needs, I don't know. I don't know what that's saying. So, and the submodule are TypeScript based. Okay. Like, number 3 sounds like it could work. Reconsider submodules depending on the level of interdependence. It might be worth reconsidering submodules are the right approach. There's a lot of shared logic, types, or functionality. Integrating the two code bases more closely might be more effective than keeping them separate. Maybe. But this is a totally different project than that. All right, I think it's too complicated. I think I'm just gonna write a couple of manual API calls. So let's do this. Let's see if we can get it placing in order after the cloud function is called. That's what we'll do. So we'll start here, and I'm actually gonna need to turn off the screen for a second so that I can go get my auth token for Tradier, which is what we'll use for our brokerage today. And then I'll pass that as an environmental variable. Let's go sandbox. And that'll be how we do it. So then from here, not here, from here. How do I do that environmental variable? Yeah, this config runtime. It is runtime. It is runtime. Firebase functions. It'll be cool though if we could get a trade execution going today. That'll be a good stopping point for us, I feel. So then let's run this guy. Set no active project on. Corn cube. Boom. And it worked. Firebase deploy. And now then we'll also get the variable back from our previous line here. And now I should be able to see it in my runtime config. Runtime config. No, I do not see it. Runtime config. Oops. Oops. Oh, I overwrote that, didn't I? Yep, I did. Okay, that's what happened. So let's go back here and get our token. Stripe. So now we're going to reset this back to Stripe. Okay. And on this one, we're going to call it Tradier. T-R-A-D-I-E-R. Tradier. Just want to make sure I have it spelled right. Okay, that's good. And now we can redeploy. And we should be able to slurp it down after the deploy is done. Okay, boom. Oh, I didn't actually wait for it to be done, but I think it finished. Let's see if it can bring it into the runtime. Nice. Okay, so we got it in our runtime. So that is, I think, actually most of what we need to do a trade. So now let's think about how to actually do this. It'd be nice to get it hooked up into Stripe today. I do want to see like let's get a hello world with Stripe going so we know we are properly authenticated in the webhook, in the cloud function webhook. So we'll install it, and we'll set up the function as we did. Ooh, nice. Let's do this. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now you guys can see my screen again. So we want to say source index here. Boom. API version. Yeah, I don't know what API version, whatever. I don't want to specify that. What you make me. API version. Well, what did he give me and why did that complain? It's a weird version. API version. That's actually pretty smart. There's a lot more details associated with that. Because if you just do a version, what does it mean? This gives me a date. That's kind of nice. And it's kind of the same format. I like that. I don't think I've ever seen an API version by YYYMMDD before. But I think that is a great idea. Okay, cool. So what's this complaint about? Not all code paths return a value. Well, okay. Is that like construct event, raw, Stripe signature, replace with your endpoint secret from Stripe? Like, I just want to see when it actually happens. On request and receive true. Checkout session completed. So is this like a flow? What is it? A Stripe webhook. Webhooks construct event. Signature. So I sign. So Stripe calls this endpoint and it's going to give me some like all the, HTTP data. And then I'm going to send back a response here that just says I got it. Okay. Well, let's just feed it all the problems and have it fix it for us. Copy that. Let's address each of these from the log. Dude, don't tell me why it's broken, just fix it. Oh, it's like a TypeScript thing. Like, I don't care why it's broken, I just want it to work. I don't want the labor pains, I just want the baby. Okay. Did I get it all? No. See if he did it. Come on, AI. He didn't do it. So first of all, I got that wrong. But what is it complaining about? So it kind of fixed that. Argument promises not assignable. So like, does it want this to be explicit? That's it? Oh, return response. Response any. All right, fine, whatever. It's just like a type issue. What is that? I think I have a Copilot on now. Like, I've never found it to be that useful, but so what is it supposed to be? Latest API version. This. Well, if you, it's just, why don't you just do it for me then? Okay, so how do we test this? Like, signature, endpoint secret. Store the secret in Firebase config. Like, do I have to make this? What's the secret? Firebase, oh yeah, he does want me to make it right here. So let's do that. Can't see. Nice. Don't be rude with my freaking service accounts. Just let, like, make the world a better place. Be kind. Okay, so webhooks, developers, webhooks. Let's do that. Stripe. Developers. Webhooks. Very intuitive. I've never used this API before, but it's very clean. At an endpoint. Testing your local environment. Forward your events to that. Trigger events with that. Okay, that's cool. But let's like actually do this for real. So this has got to be our cloud function endpoint. Log in, do that, create a new endpoint. I've already set up your webhook for Firebase. I'm going to do this using the test URL of hello world, and then I'll delete it later just to see if we can get it working. Hello world tester. Events on your account, events on connected accounts, select events, just whatever. Just give me everything. All, max, whatever you got. Thank you. Add endpoint. So is that actually going to work? That's pretty cool. So how do we emulate it? We were getting a secret from it actually. Signing secret. Okay, so let's take this here, put this here. What is that saying? No, that's fine. Signing secret reveal. So this is what we need to put into our environment variables. Boom. Function updated. Now we can deploy. Deploy. Okay, so we got that. Now the endpoint secret is used for that login. Okay, click, set, select. just want everything, and I'll filter from there. Cool. Okay, how do I emulate an event from Stripe? And then on this, what we can do is say, what is this actually doing? So we're just like signing it, store the secret. So this is all like, what? Val to validate the webhook. So this is literally all it's doing is just signing it. And is this where we want to take our action? On request. So, oh, wow, that's cool. Jeez. Well, let's just see what it does. Right? Running fixture. Trigger succeeded. Check out the dashboard for event details. What? Is it that easy? If so, please IPO and let me buy your stock. Invocations. That must have been the ping and the pong. We have two, because we only did one. Oh, wait. No. We're on Firebase. We want to be on Stripe. Where's it? Yeah, this one. Boom. So all no webhook attempts in the last 15 days succeeded, failed. So it's not working. View logs. Post hook. Response body. Hello world test. Was that just me? I don't think I have that text anywhere. Yeah. Well, my brain is slowing down a little bit, but I would like to get this working. Whoopsies. Ah, fuck. You saw my key again. Fuck. Damn it. I got to be more careful about this stuff. Shit. Okay, I'm just going to delete this key right now. Roll key. No, just fucking delete it. Copy that. Roll. Select expiration. No, just fucking, it's expired. Oh my god, you're gonna make me auth with the app. Oh, dude. Command line for Mac Studio restricted. Okay, I think that was the only one that you could see. I think everything else is fine. There's nothing you could do with that anyway. Why can't I just delete that perishable key? Yeah, you can't do anything with that anyway. Don't fuck with me, please. Please be kind. Okay. Well, I don't see it actually working in the webhook, so, but it did look like it worked here. Trigger payment intent. So let's go back to GDT. So we did that, navigate to webhooks in the Stripe dashboard. This one, nothing. We got nothing. 816 is the right API. Well, let's just tell it what happened. Tell him what happened. I don't see anything in the webhook, though. But what we can do is see if we see that 2 go to a 3 on, where can we see that? In here, like in Firestore functions. Hello world. Nice. Okay, so that's at a 5. So that means it is working. If this makes it go to a 6, it's definitely working. No. Come on. Damn. So if you've successfully triggered that using the CLI, but you're not seeing any hits on the local network, I wonder, no. Ensure Stripe CLI forward is correct. Double check the URL you provided with the forward to when you started Stripe Listen. I did start Stripe Listen. Did you tell me to do that? Oh, he did tell me to do that. Whoopsies. Okay, let's do what he said then. Wait, what is this? Oh, we already have that. So let's log in. Pairing code. Shit. Oh, nice. You can't actually see that. Good. Nope, now you saw it. Fucking Christ. Oh my God, that's so funny. Deny access. Okay, let's try that again. Stripe login. And with this one, you can't see it now. It's hard to develop in real time without getting, okay, yeah, allow. I don't know what that would matter if you could see that key, because I think it expires like right away, but I just don't want to mess with it, and because I don't know. Okay, so this is what we're doing. Corn cube, central my function. Well, it's not my function, it's hello world. Start listening. Your webhook path, your local port. So how do I know my local port? I remember configuring it. I don't remember what it is. Server started at 3,000. In the project settings of the project. Yeah, this might help us. Oh wait, it never actually deployed also. That could be something, but I'm also not listening to it. So like, how did it, it wouldn't have worked to begin with, but let's give it a shot. So nice. Okay. So we got a bunch of stuff here on, which one is it? Node. This will list all of the scan through the result and find out which one. I don't remember. Like, there's got to be a config, right? Oh, there it is. .js. No. Where is the config file? Yeah, it's default ports. Why is this so complicated? First of all, let's just try using its 5,000 and just see if that works. And we'll see if that's actually even running. No, it's not. Stripe listen. I just want to see what this command even does. No! Fucking, hey, you can't see it. Nice. Okay, I gotta be real careful not to move, otherwise you'll see the full string. So I'm gonna do this. Boom. Okay. Ready, you were using the Stripe API version, and then we can run this listen command again and see how it's different. 7,000, 5,000, control 851, pour. I don't see any of that being different. OBS, stream, node, Redis, Google, agent, rapport. So maybe it's already running on 5,000. Let's give it a shot. So we'll just say forward to this, forward to hello world. Getting ready. You're using Stripe. And then now we can run this command. From a new terminal, which I'm going to connect here. Terminal. Which one is it? Okay. There. No, this one then. Not this one. It's not even showing it. That one. Nice. Okay, so now from here we can say we can test this again. Hey, okay, boom. 403 though. That looks like unauthenticated. Charge succeeded. Payment intent succeeded. So how does this actually work? I gotta think about this for a second. First of all, let's see if Stripe actually got the event. Not yet, because it got those 403s, I guess. Failed. No webhooks failed. Well, that's definitely progress for sure. 403 post. So let's grab all this and clean up the data from this bushes. So you can't see that. And then we'll just give this to GDT. I mean, at least it's communicating with the local server. But you're not seeing any hits on the webhook. Consider the following. Oh, wait, yeah. 403 is forbidden. Authentication may expect it in specific permissions. Course policy. Fire. Oh, this is like all auth. I don't want to think about that. Let's just make this easier. Like, what's the easiest way to get a full round trip? To achieve a full round trip, install, create a Stripe endpoint in Cloud Functions. Webhook, Express. I mean, this is all totally different, but whatever. Payment intent succeeded. That is, this looks a lot closer to what I want. So I'm actually going to take this code in, comment out this stuff, bring it down here, and see what it wants it to be. Boom, this is that, and error, any, what do I have strict on? Payment is declared, payment intent was successful, and your endpoint secret is going to be Stripe secret. Functions config Stripe secret. So this can go here. And then the other one is config Stripe endpoint secret. And we'll put this one here. Stripe endpoint secret. Okay. So there's still not all code paths return a value. What is that, like a major deal? 400 webhook error. What are we missing? I think I do need to deploy to my Firebase those latest changes, which I may have done in this terminal. No, did we not? How do I check my config file? So let's go back actually here and get the runtime. This little script will help us see if that's actually all working. And then let me turn off the screen for a second and check out the runtime. Okay, so we have our Trader token, but that's all in Stripe. That's not right. I'm just going to keep it there for now. Yeah, I'm going to keep it there for now. So let's try this again. check the dashboard. But I did not actually see that come up here this time. You were using a Stripe API. Your signing secret is that. So now what do I see coming in? Another 403. Damn. So it's not authenticated. But like, how do we actually start logging stuff from here? Like, let's just say Express Stripe, boom, in course. I don't think it's a course issue. I think it's something else. We got here. Let's see where that shows up. Payment succeeded. Well, where should that log actually show up? SGDD. Firebase deploy only functions. I think well, no, I wouldn't have to do that. Stripe webhook. Well, that's totally different. Okay, that is actually closer to what I was imagining. Failed to load function definition. Functions code base could not be analyzed successfully. It may have a syntax or runtime error. Statement will output here. So let's run the emulator in a separate service. Start, run, fail to initialize. Host port, emulator hub not running. Other reserved ports. Is not starting either because there's already one running. It might be that there's already one running, but there are no functions in the directory. So, emulator start functions only debug. We already have Firebase tools. And I'm going to quit that service as well, just in case it's operating on the same port. Failed. Other reserved ports. We had the emulator working, so something's wrong with something broke in our pipeline. Functions, directory. Now this is like leading me down the wrong roads. If the directory, but you're still having issues. Nah, this is not the right road. So how do we proceed? Listen. Like I just want to, how do I just like test the freaking webhook? Let's start by just testing the cloud function locally. Let's just do that and that'll be good. And see if we can get things running on the emulator. Yeah, we already got that. Init emulators, we already got that. Start only functions, we got that. So I'm just gonna nuke all these terminals and that should clear up our oh, interesting. All right, I don't know how that works. Failed to initialize, see above. It's now safe to connect to your app. Either because other emulators are running. So is it like, how do I open the emulator? Firebase emulator. That doesn't look like it's running to me. 4500. Okay, that's something. Emulator. No, that wouldn't be it. It's not actually running. Host port, failed to initialize. Well, like, do we define the host port? Because it was working before. Like, we definitely had the emulator working. It wants me to reinstall all that. Curl. Invoke your function locally. Yeah. I want to do it through the actual emulator. It appears that Firebase is having trouble locating the source directory for your functions. Oh, well, thank you for that. That could be an easy one to solve then. I thought it was like configured globally. Shit. Let's see. Oh, I think I was supposed to be somewhere like 2 hours ago. I just realized. So let's say, okay, that is probably the problem. I thought it was a global thing. Definition from source could not be. So I'm just gonna undo all this stuff and get us back to our hello world. And that will give us a working baseline. So this can be gone. Oh, you can see now what I'm working on here. Code, go. So then from here, the following are not running. Failed to load Firebase function codebase could not be analyzed successfully if you have a syntax error. There's no syntax error. That is the working one. Serve only functions. npm run build. Nope. None of those are it. That's not right. Let's see if what the emulator brings up at least. We cannot be defeated. We must figure it out. Hey. So let's just say like nothing. There's nothing in here. It's just a file. Okay. Well, what is that? How is it actually loading? 4. How many is there? 4? So is this like hot loading? When I save? Or, oh, it is. It must be. Failed to load the entire file is this. This is the entire file. Oh, wait. Hello world, source index. What, now there's a DS store? What the fuck? Why is this not ignored? There is a configuration with the original. I don't want to do that. But it might be easier. Let's see. Function source index. What did this used to be? Nothing. Remove cache functions. Add this entry. Okay, let's do that real quick. At the bottom, I think I put it. And then git remove cache. Nice. Nice. I should have done that, but whatever. Whatever, it's fine. So the cloud functions are still not working. And I do kind of think it's because we have some kind of like dumb runtime error. But let's Google this ourselves and see if we can get a better answer. It never import. admin SDK. Like, I don't want to import anything. Let me just do this. Load function from source. Could not. Huh. All right, let's take his advice and try one more time to blow it away. It can't be that because we already did that. So let's say init functions. So this will create a functions directory and install all the necessary dependencies. cd functions, npm install, overwrite, TypeScript, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes. Okay, so this is giving us that, and then we'll say hello world, because we were so proud of ourselves for getting that before. And so we should be able to get back there pretty easy because we were just there a second ago. You would think, at least, you would think that's the case. Okay, so we'll give this a shot, and if not, it's definitely like a config issue. Could not start. Port taken. Okay, well, that makes sense. Come on. Nothing. So something got screwed up with our, like, in that nest of weeds of what did we change, because that was working. Carefully check. If none of these, let's try creating a brand new Firebase project to see. All right, fine. Let's do it his way. cd dev this, and then this, and then this. Functions, use an existing. Let's do it in a different project for now. Let's not mess with another project TypeScript. No. Yes. Okay. And this will complain because we won't have that other file. But yeah, so I'm just wondering what we changed because it was totally working. And then something threw it off track. Functions failed to load. Package JSON. What is this saying? Package JSON TypeScript 4.9. Dependencies. TypeScript Firebase functions test. Looks like basically the same to me. So what's it complaining? Get that thinking about it while we read. Failed to load function definition from source. Firebase. Dude, that is so annoying that that was working and now it's not. npm run build. Compilation. Check packages. Let's do that. Okay, well that goes back to our hello world. And we want to go source functions. Oh, but that's in a totally different package. Open folder, test, open, functions, source, index. Let's see if that works. Build TSC. Okay, so it builds, but it wouldn't have run. It wouldn't have actually run on that first try. Oops. that's annoying. Okay. So, is it working? Okay, so that is working. So now we're back in a totally new project. This is what I'm talking about. We're like, it's almost worth for me after this video to just delete everything and redo it all again one more time now that everything is set up, because you get one tiny parameter out of place in any of this and it brings down the whole show. And that is how complicated this stuff is. Can be, I should say. So like open folder, let's go back to our main project. Corn cubes. So then on this one, we can try to just put that exact same code in there. And if it worked there, it should work here. So let's say and we will copy this line here. Come on. Oh my God. So it works in, okay, so like, let's just see what GDT has to say. It works. Well, let's just try this actually. CD functions npm run build. Let's give that a shot. And see if that build like fixed whatever was wrong. Oh my God, did it? So that's good to remember. If that works now, that is something to remember for the future that we can build to kind of clear the cache, or it's kind of like restarting your computer, I guess, is the way to think of it if it works. Let's make sure that actually does work. Hello world from, we want to make sure our actual path here. What's the actual path? Yeah, from corn cube. And I just want to like double check this. How do I actually reveal this in the Finder? Boom, source functions. Okay, so this is like the real one. And we will restart again because we made a change. It seems like it should hot reload that. Right? So that must be reading from the other one. But I'm in corn cube. So let's see this. So now the emulator is not running, but this shit is complicated. Hello world. No. This. Do we have to npm build it every time? CD. CD functions. npm build. Maybe we have to build it every time? I don't know. Like I said, I haven't used any of this stuff before, so it's all brand new. Oh, we do have to build it. Okay, so that was probably the whole problem the whole time, is we have to build it before we test it, which makes sense. Okay, so that was a lot of work. Well, let's go back and try to get this webhook going and see if we can do the thing now that we have that working. Because it kind of makes sense why that wasn't working. So I like this version more. This one, yeah, I like this one. So we'll say that. And then this, like stupid thing I have memorized now. Is it not 16? Oh, 09? 06? All right, guess I don't have it memorized. 16. Well, that is it. So what am I missing? 2308. Get rid of all this nonsense. Fix this type error. TypeScript is so annoying. Can I just kill this in my TS config, please? Strict. Yeah, go yourself. Okay. So now I think the problem the whole time was I didn't build it. Okay. It can't be built. Not all code paths return a value. Payment initiated is declared. Like, we took out strict. Why are you complaining? Package JSON maybe. Strict. Lint. Yes, lint. Well, we should like actually, you know, do something with that. I'm not completely opposed to it complaining there. Not all code paths return a value. I mean, does it just want us to like specifically say that? We can just say that if that's what we want. Or let's say any. What the problem be? I've never actually seen that. Not all code paths return a value. I've never seen that. Returns TypeScript is strict about, and TypeScript is strict about this. If you have defined a root with express. Boom, boom. App.post. Condition. Some condition. Well, the condition would be event type equals this. If event type return. Let's grab all this. Just say if true, because we just want to test this out. We just want to see if we can get it working at the most basic level and then go from there. Your secret. Stripe is, dude, like how do I turn off the strict mode? I thought I just did that a second ago. Strict. Get rid of strict. Stop calling me. Compiler option strict false. Okay, so we'll be in here. Compiler options, source, tsconfig, strict. Maybe it's because I deleted that line and I should have kept it in explicitly. No, that's not it. Compiler options, compile on save. Save tsconfig, rerun your TypeScript compiler, locate. It's not, it didn't fix it. Maybe it's in this one, strict. I don't really know which one it's reading, so I'm just gonna put it in both. I doubt it's that one, but I want it off in both anyway. Yeah. Let's address it directly. No, I want to get rid of strict mode. In this example, that's not the problem. I want to make sure strict mode is off. Maybe I have to like clear a cache or something. Well, I guess I could just do this. And see if that builds. But this is why I hate using strict mode. The correct option TypeScript is enshrined for the following. Yeah, I did that. I definitely did that. Set it to false. I definitely did that. Well, whatever. I mean, I'll deal with that afterwards. Okay, so here, Okay, that I think is what we want. And so now we'll get our key in this. What did we actually have here before? I think it was this here. Yeah, that is what we want. So we'll get this secret, pulling in from the server, and then we'll use this down here. If stripe.webhooks construct event stripe dot this one. I think it is not the clean one. Yeah. Huh. Create checkout session. Interesting. Construct event. And then let's just say console log so then we build and we deploy. No, we want to test on the local server. This should give us the same error again. Reset. How do we clear that out? Clear. We're unable to load your functions. npm run build. npm run build. So fail to initialize and load trigger. 5, 4, 5. All right, let's give them all this info. Like I said, I haven't used any of this tech before, so I don't really know how it works. And there's a learning curve to this stuff. Variables not set. Oh, they're definitely set. Yeah, they're definitely set. Inspect the code base. All right, let's see this. Build. I can't believe I have to do that manually every time. That's crazy. So that should show up here in the logs. Port definition. Stripe secret not configured. Okay. Like, that's crazy. Is that because I set up a totally new cloud function? Could be. Let me configure it. One sec. Hide that screen. Take this. Go like, let's see, where's our configure? This one. That's what we want. And then we'll see if this fixes it. Boom, boom, boom. Firebase functions, config set. And then we'll do this also for reveal, the signing secret, Stripe secret. Yeah, that signing secret. Sign secret. Yes. And then as long as we're at it, we can add the trader key as well in the proper location. We'll call this Stripe set trader sandbox to this token. Okay. So I think we want to deploy. So it's building, deploying. Okay, looks like it deployed. So then we can come back here and go like that and see if we can run build, test local, refresh. And this is like hanging because what we're saying, like all this is wrapped in a function or something. But still we should be able to see the Stripe secret not configured. How to initialize load triggers. Stripe secret not configured. See, that's what I'm talking about, is like there's no way. Oh wait, because it's using locally. Oh, it's the emulator. We don't want to worry about the remote. We want to set our environment. Yeah, that's what we want. Or is it runtime? I think it was runtime. Dot runtime? No? Yes. All right. Brain juices are running low. They're running so low. The reserves are running out. Okay, let's see. Oops, this one. Huh. Okay, wait. That looks good to me. Right? Okay. Unhandled error request. Okay, I think that is right. Oh wait, no, is it not? No, it is. Beginning execution. Failed to load hello world of the loaded module. I don't think our emulator is up. Let's restart it actually and see what it does. So the following modules. Okay, well that's good. How do I like clear these logs? Okay, that's actually did clear the log. So watching for cloud functions, loaded the definitions. That looks like it worked. Cannot get. Okay, so now let's try the actual emulation, which is done by Stripe. What was the command? Stripe. It was up here somewhere. Emulator start. Yeah, further up here. No. Where is it? There. Okay, so Stripe listen on your local endpoint. Stripe webhook. That actually is what it's called. Stripe webhook. But I'm calling it hello world. So which actually is it? I think it's probably what we export here, which might have also been the problem, is we were not exporting the correct thing. But now in a totally new thing, would you like to proceed with the deletion? You are creating a streaming function that changes its region. It is recommended that you create a new function first. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to overwrite it. Okay. Ready, you are using the Stripe API with this signing secret, beginning execution, and it of that webhook. Refresh, no, not hello world does not exist. Valid functions are Stripe webhook. Nice. So that is by the module export, not the file name. Good to know, which obviously makes sense. Okay, so then now can we test? On, would you like to proceed? Yes, go. So now I think we can actually test this back to here and this one. Stripe trigger payment succeeded. Okay. 403. Fuck you. Fuck you. Come on. Fuck you. 403 after all that. Oh, the signing secret is probably different. I'm not signing it. Okay, let's just see if we got in our keys or whatever here. So, no, nothing, nothing. Nothing. Why is it not giving me what I want? It should give me what I want. What happens if we call it manually? So like all this is wired up. It's not like it's not wired up. I just can't see all the screens at once. So let's see this. Okay, so that's not actually triggering anything. So that's not even calling the webhook. Finish Stripe webhook. Okay, but this, okay, so that's connected here. But I am still getting these 403s. So what is that about? Because it's not actually triggering the function when I do that emulation. Ensure a clean build. Yeah, I'll do that too. Firebase off. Yeah, I definitely am. Ensure you're passing the right endpoint. I'll just give them the code because I'm not doing that at all. But we can remove this stuff now because we know it is working. Stripe after keys. Use course origin true. Like, do we really need that? I don't even think we need that. He says we do. We're not signing anything. Stripe secret definitely exists, but not stopping the execution if it doesn't. No, I'd see it in the logs. Retrieve your endpoint secret. Add the Stripe signature in that. I feel like this code isn't going to work, but I'll just copy it anyway. So now we're in here. Endpoint secret. Where did he define endpoint secret? Well, we just want to get it from this. Endpoint secret. So we'll call this Stripe. What is it? Let me look at it manually. Hide the screen. Runtime. Environment. Runtime is not here. Runtime JSON. There it is. Tradier, sandbox, Stripe. Tradier now. Signing secret. Token secret. Endpoint secret. We want signing secret. And token? No. Is it token or secret? Yeah, it's secret. Secret and signing secret. Let's build it. Okay, you can see the screen now. So we'll npm run build, and then not all code paths return a value. I think this is because we have strict mode on, which is insane. Can we just ignore that whole thing, please? Oh, nice. Thanks. I don't know why I didn't think of that a little bit earlier. Okay, so now we built, and we can see if it's getting this in the emulator. Functions, definitions, shutdown as requested. Okay, so it's finished execution, and I can log something in here to show that we are here. Console.log, I got here. No, it's not logging. Where should I see the log? Oh, I think I have to build it every freaking time. I think I have to build it every time. Okay, I do have to build it every time manually. That is a trip. Oh, wait. On request. So it's only in the post? Is it only executing this exact function? App.post. HTTP on request app. This looks like it's not even calling anything. Like I got here too. So now we don't see I got here too. And do we see it here? No. Yeah. I got to learn like what this code is actually doing, because this doesn't look like it's doing anything to me. Like how would that ever be called? Yeah, it's still 403. So it's like not even getting in there. Payment created. It's not like signing secret, is it? There's no way that I have those just reversed. No. Wait, but I'd have to build it to know. Still 403. Authentication, that'll get you. Well, that's all the patience I got for today. That's like crazy. This is like why I like to develop on my own systems using my own methods, because the gatekeepers make it really difficult. Like 90% of the difficulty of a project like this is just getting all the wiring up. Once you can actually just write the code, it goes so fast. But like getting your local environment to match the Firebase environment, which matches the GCP environment with all the right TS config and the package JSON, and making sure you don't have one semicolon out of place in this giant chain of billions of transistors that have to flip from a 0 to a 1 every time you hit enter, is pretty hard. But once you get it working, it usually does last. So I think what's going on is like I got to learn more about like what this webhook actually does. I got to do some reading and figure out how this is supposed to work, because it's not even getting in here, but I feel like it wouldn't get in here. Like, let's just see if we could find one example from Stripe on Stripe example webhook. I just want to see how they do it to get real-time updates. ID, Stripe, help trigger. I wonder what that does. Just curious. Stripe help trigger. Yeah, it doesn't. Stripe trigger. Yeah. Create a webhook. Acquire JSON. This is not what we want. We want this one. Express. So it is. Okay, that does look correct. Example endpoint. So this is taking an entire Express server, and it's running that server on 8,000. So if we do this, npm build, dude, this strict mode is so annoying. Whoever came up with that idea can go freaking not write code anymore. Like, if it works, if it can work, let it work. You pedants. Payment method, TS ignore. Is it like TS no check? No check. Okay, so that's built. Now if we run to here, or actually it's going to be no. Because we have so many layers, right? We have like our emulation layer of the cloud function. We have our Stripe local server. We have all of the nuance and complexity of TypeScript, not, getting exactly the right thing or whatever. Functions are Stripe webhook. Yeah, I like that though. And webhook. So let's go back to their code. Test your webhook to your local. Okay, so let's copy this and restart that. 42 webhooks. Okay. Listen to forward to. Do we actually name this somewhere? Stripe webhooks. For example, if your domain webhooks. Well, did you actually provide that? I don't actually see where that's provided. Webhooks. Test your webhook function. Useful configs to help you test. Load from webhooks API. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into this. But it's a lot of security, so it kind of makes sense, right? I think I already have this. Now, there's another question, 403. Perhaps when I have deployed, I removed that from my Firebase. But anyway, that doesn't even matter because that shouldn't matter at all. What is this complaining about? Deployment failed. Please try again. What? Okay, so that actually could be something, is the difference in our names there. Firebase deploy. Firebase deploy only functions. Now let's see why this might have failed. Deploying, running on 8080. Shutdown requested, quit. Now do we see it here? Deployed, failed. Selecting will continue. Yes. Changing its region, a new function first before deleting the old. Would you like to proceed? Yes. Yes, please delete it. Okay, so we successfully deleted that. If we refresh this, then now we can deploy again. Like, you got to build, you got to deploy, you have your remote deploy, you have your local build, you have your local cloud function emulator, you have your local listen, you have your local Stripe listener or server or whatever. There's a lot of layers here to connect. It's not surprising that it's taken a minute. That did not work for me. Boom. Functions, instructions, waiting for your first deploy. Well, that should not be right. Or that it says it deployed. Project console. Overview. Hosting, deployed. Oh wait, I think I deployed the website, not the actual thing. Deploy only, no, it was deploy functions, that's what it did. Functions. Oh, that's funny. Now it's not even finding that function. That's hilarious. Like, 1 step forward, 20 steps back is what it felt like today. Deploy complete. It says it's right there. Like Firebase, login. Am I on the right project? Yeah, it's all the right project. I already have that. Firebase and net, Firebase, deploy it all, deploy whatever you got. Like I guarantee there's like, oh, you got to run npm build first. And like once you've done it 10,000 times, it becomes muscle memory and you remember. But yeah. So this is like why these projects take forever, is it's not obvious. Okay, well, I think that's as far as we're going to get today. I just need to go read and figure out why, like generally this is actually why I don't use Firebase and why I don't use Stripe and all these different things, because I keep getting to this place where like I know exactly what I need to do, but the authentication layer is holding me back. And so it's really difficult to... needs an IAM role for cross service. Yes. It's really difficult to get all of this wiring correct. Now, once you do get it wired, it generally does stay wired, but it's not super easy to get it initially working. So I'm not going to try to do that live, and I got stuff to do. So thanks for hanging out. That was AI Office Hours. Have a good day.